Hello everyone, horo anyu, habari zenu, konnichiwa, como estas, and all the other greetings. I hope you have been well. If you are a new subscriber or just visiting my channel, I hope you will stick around and enjoy this and subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, karibuni, welcome again. Thank you for supporting me. I am back with a new video. I know I have been AWOL, y'all. Life has been busy, you know. My mom is here from Kenya for the first time, so my days are packed with activities. Today I decided to make a nice, very interesting video for you guys, and I have a special guest. We'll be discussing racism in America, social media edition. Someone riddle me this. How, once again, I've said this before and I'm going to keep asking this question until I get an answer. Why have I not received any harassment, bullying from anyone from the clan? Not one clan's member has harassed me for speaking out on their racism. This comment for, why did you come to America? Came from a black American. And they're fighting what? And they're fighting racism? How? How can you be a racist fighting racism? That makes no sense. I don't understand. Wait. The excuse is, but you can't be racist if you're black. What? I am confused. I am very confused. And we'll be covering our experience as not just a couple, but also creators and co-creators in the online space, and how different and vast the experience has been and where it comes from. It's going to be very interesting, so grab some tea and come and let's watch this. Welcome my husband. Hi babe.
Hi.
Say hi to my people.
Hello people.
So we have had very different experiences. We obviously have been married before. You did not really have a lot of online exposure.
Not that much, no.
At least not with your ex-wife. No. And I didn't have a lot with my ex-husband, even if he looked this skin tone. So the racism was not as intense. We also were not really online creators at the time, not in the sphere we're in right now. But the first time I got a racist comment was regarding, my concern from my first marriage, and it was something about it was a black activist. At the time I didn't know it was a black activist, but it was basically a black liberal calling him a half-breed and saying how I'm watering down my African blood by procreating with the white people. So that was my first experience. What was yours?
It was with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. All the comments would be directed at her. I wouldn't get too many comments directed at me other than just calling me words like colonizer or whatever.
Ranch rooster.
Yeah, ranch rooster.
Translucent
Powder
frog.
ranger.
Powder ranger.
Yeah. There's some pretty good ones. Some of them made me laugh. But no, most of the derogatory terms or words were towards her.
I'm a coon, I'm a coon, I'm a coon, I'm a coon, I'm a coon. Now what? Now what? That's not a very nice word to call a lady. Okay. A bed.
And since we would both be in the comments to reply and go over what people were saying, I would obviously see it. She doesn't know. Shh. Yeah, not as much hate towards me. More people saying that they wanted to save her from the white man. Oh, girl.
Because you're oppressing me.
Yeah. Oh, you don't understand. They just want you as a token. You need yourself a strong black man.
Yeah, with locks.
Yeah. Or we'd get people telling us that I won't know how to raise our children because I just don't understand the struggle.
Right. Which struggle are we talking about? Because I also don't understand the struggle. So yeah, it's been a really wild experience of people thinking you influence my decision somehow. And for you who don't know, and we don't owe you this, but we're just letting y'all know, we were both conservative when we met, right? So I was once, we were both once liberals.
Yes.
We met after the fact, but it's like still, what has his thinking have got to do with what I'm doing and what I'm saying, right? That's very insulting, because this thing I don't have a mind of my own. I have to do what he says I should do. And you don't realize that's how misogynistic you all sound.
Yeah, we were both influencers before we ever met. That's how we met. So I met her on a podcast that I had. And so for people to say that I'm influenced in the way that she thinks when she was saying these exact same things before she even knew me, you know, it's in reality, it's just people not being able to debate what she has to say or argue with her points. So they try to diminish them by saying that she's not the one that's thinking of what she's saying.
Right.
So.
And before even you came along, I'd already lost my black card anyways, because I voted for, Trump, not Biden, and I was speaking white and acting white.
Yeah.
Which means I was not acting ghetto, so apparently acting properly is acting white. You guys wonder why people have black fatigue? This is why. Stuff like this. I have black fatigue, he has black fatigue. Yeah. But so our experience online as a couple again, on TikTok, let's talk about TikTok. Like he said, it's been a lot of people attacking him for being with me and vice versa. But it looks like it's coming more from the black activists. And when you ask what black activists are, I used to use this term to refer to mostly black liberals. As you guys know, I don't like saying black and white, so we'll say chocolate liberals, because they're the ones who have this collectivist mindset and this monolithic thinking, like, oh, we are black, we think the same. We are black, we need to band together and, act the same way and as a collective. And I'm not a collectivist. So those are the people who are attacking me and saying, oh, we don't claim you, oh, you have lost your black card, or you're voting against your own interests. I was like, what are my interests? I don't know you, you don't know me. But then now the term black activist has expanded, because we found out on X that there are FBA black activists. They fall in the same category. Black activists are essentially just black racists.
Yeah, people who hold a lot of black pride.
Yes, black pride this, black pride that.
I'm messing with a snow bunny, what should I do? You should go to hell. That's what you should do. I'm messing with a snow bunny, what should I do? You should go to hell. That's what you should do. Dr. Umar, how do I get laid by a snow bunny? We need a mental health hospital for raccoons like you. We need a mental health hospital. You're in love with a white woman. Congratulations. You have had your melanin snatched. Your melanin has been snatched, and you can go head over to the Ice Kingdom. We no longer need you. What should you do if your son or daughter wants a white partner? Put them out the house.
And the FBA, the Foundation of Black Americans, just happen to be, would you say they are conservative?
Some of them are.
Okay.
There's a lot that have voted for Trump just because they like the nationalist aspect. They like less immigrants coming in.
Right.
And, they tell her all the time that she should go back to her country.
Right.
But there are also a lot of liberals in that same regard.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And we would get a few white nationalists, if that's what you want to call them, or white supremacists, that would give me crap for being with her, saying that I'm dirtying my bloodline or whatever.
So to you, this is destroying a bloodline. You see, here's the irony of this comment. The only way to actually destroy a bloodline is to not continue it. And this gorgeous woman that you are accusing is destroying my bloodline wouldn't give you a chance if she was blind and on her deathbed. Thus, not continuing your bloodline, which would destroy it. Yeah, I'm going to let this woman destroy my bloodline every chance I get.
But they actually, on TikTok, they weren't American, they were Europeans.
Yeah, they were Europeans, yeah.
And there's only a handful in the many years that we were on there. Like, TikTok wasn't that bad when it came to the white supremacists. It was
mostly the black activists.
Mostly black,
and mostly the liberals. The FBAs were every now and then, and the Pan-Africans. So let's talk about my Pan-Africans on TikTok. Oh my gosh.
Gotta keep your bloodline strong.
Yo.
A Pan-African is just like a black supremacist. They are very empowered by
their Africanness.
This guy is tokenizing his unfortunately misinformed wife to spread misinformation about Pan-Africanism. Google Scholar is literally free. Moreover, African Americans are descendants of chattel slavery specifically. I understand your wife is African, but again, just because someone is black does not mean they speak for all black people.
You're the one seeing me as a token, not him. He sees me as a human. I see him as a human. I had all these thoughts before I met him. You're American. You're American. Let me explain something to you. Just like black people are not a monolith, Africans are not a monolith. Africanness is not blackness, and blackness is not Africanness. And yes, one thing Pan-Africans have in common, they believe in the unity of black people. They believe in the ethnic cleansing of Africa as the motherland. They believe in this Wakandanization mentality of uniting Africans. And do you know how diverse we are? Do you know we can't even agree on a freaking currency? But then you think we're all going to come together and sing Kumbaya. Yeah, you wake up. No amount of Google scholarly articles are going to be accurate. You can go to the motherland yourself and discover for yourself. This whole time you're just proving me right that Pan-Africanism is a movement based on racism. Do Pan-Africans love the white Africans? Do they acknowledge them? No, they don't. Isn't the movement based on pride in your skin tone?
Oh. Marry your own kind. These are the Pan-Africans. They are the people who called my son a half-breed. These are the people who, again, most ironically, when we talk about Pan-Africans, we're talking, it's just racist Africans. Majority of them. However, there are these people who call themselves people in the diaspora, which I don't even think they understand what diaspora means, because in the literal sense, diaspora means you used to live in one place and now you live outside of that place. So I am a Kenyan in the diaspora because I grew up in Kenya. I don't live there anymore. But when someone who's not been in the continent of Africa calls themselves the diaspora, I'm like, no, you're not. You're just from that country. You know, being black doesn't make you African. So these Pan-Africans we're talking about right now specifically weren't even African, which was very confusing for me at the time. And they're all about unification of Africa and blah blah, which it looks like a positive movement from afar, but when you look deep into it, it's all about uniting black people from Africa.
Each one person that is being killed by the taxi industry will kill 5 white people. For every 1 black person who will kill 5 white people. Who kill 1 of us will kill 5 of you. We'll kill the children, we'll kill the women, we'll kill anything that we find on our way.
Because they all assume African is black and black is African. So they exclude anyone in Africa, even if they were born on the continent, who's not melanated, which just makes it a racist organization. They have the Marxist fist, so they believe in Marxism. It's all the same things, it's like BLM. And the Pan-Africans do not like us. They don't like me, they don't like him, but especially me, because they say, you're just a token. And I was like, you guys are really calling me a token, it's an insult. And it's racist because you're tokenizing me. He's not tokenizing me. He doesn't see me as black, he sees me as me, as a brain and a woman. So the Pan-Africans are really, really good at projecting. And when you call them out and say, you guys keep saying this is not racist, right? This organization, this movement is not racist, but each and every time we get a comment or a rebuttal, if you will, they're being racist toward us.
Yes, 'tis I. I am she. You know what's funny? We keep pointing out that Pan-Africanism is an organization based off of racial superiority and pride. And you keep saying no, but each and every freaking time, you're making sure to point out my husband's skin tone, are you not? He's going to be a Kenyan citizen in a few years by marriage to me. And so is he going to be accepted as an African? No, because Pan-Africanism doesn't do that. You're about cleansing the continent of the white people, right? So it's not a racial organization, but you keep pointing out his race and my race. We're the human race. We are not colors, but you keep being racist and keep proving us right.
And pointing out his skin tone. oh, your white husband, what has his color got to do with anything I'm saying or anything he's saying? We're calling out the hypocrisy. But every single time we got a rebuttal, it had to do with his skin tone. Furthermore, proving our point. Are white Africans allowed to be part of Pan-African? No. Why?
You know, and there's a few that, you know, say they don't care about the race aspect and they just want Africa to unite, which is a totally different topic.
Right.
But a vast majority of them are the ones that are telling her that she's dirtying her bloodline and, you know, that you need to keep the blackness strong. And most of these are Americans that are doing this. That
right.
Are, you know,
wannabe Africans.
Yeah. And they're
insulting an African.
Yeah. They're wannabe Africans because they have an identity crisis and
Yes.
they're trying to get down to the roots that make them feel stronger in their blackness, really.
Right.
You know, they have a lot of insecurity in their skin, so they need to find something that empowers them in their skin and makes them feel stronger. And that's why they are racist when they talk about white people in their Pan-Africanism, you know, because they're very insecure and need empowerment and they feel like white people threaten them.
Right.
So when we talk to actual Pan-Africans in Africa, they're more literal in the sense of just hating white people because that's in their
Yes,
a lot of their
because they've been
cultures.
taught to hate them and see them as the enemy because they colonized us.
Yeah.
And I've actually met Kenyans who are Pan-Africans and the same thing. I think the first time I was called a coon by a Kenyan, I was very, very thrown off because I did not expect that, honestly. Because like, oh, you know, not that I expect Kenyans to think like me or just like me on the virtue of being a Kenyan, but the fact that they're a Kenyan. Where did they learn this language? Why would they call me a coon? And then I realized it was actually a Kenyan American, just like me, who lives in the States, and she must have been indoctrinated. And that's why the immigrant indoctrination comes in. They grew up in a continent where the race construct is not, it's not a concern. Yeah, it's not prominent at all. It's not even a thought. And then you move to America and they become indoctrinated by the left. They start seeing people as colors and starting really to believe that the black people are oppressed and the white people are the oppressors. And then this happens. So now I'm the enemy. You know, so that's been the Pan-African experience. What other group of we met on TikTok? That's the main ones.
Oh, we have the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Those ones.
They're a little out there.
Woo!
Let me make this real clear for y'all. If you are not black, then your life does not matter to me. Only black lives matter to me. And
you know, they kind of have this belief that white people are devils, that they're, you know, spawn of Satan.
Quincy! Booyah! What does Quincy Archer mean? White devil. Well, tell them I'm not. I've only met you. How do I know?
And that black people are the chosen people of God, and you know, so they've made a lot of death threats.
Yes.
Towards both of us, you know, so they give her a lot of hate for making half devil children.
Yes. Quincy Watcher.
Yeah.
Get away from that white devil. You guys, man. Yeah, so that's mostly been TikTok. What about
Instagram?
Yes.
Instagram is kind of a mix. You know, there's a little more white supremacy on Instagram than TikTok. At least I think TikTok just censors the white supremacy more.
Oh, there's way more lately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, especially after the Anthony case and that white woman, I forgot her name, that
Charlie
I forget her name. She's not worth remembering.
We'll put her name somewhere.
Yeah, she's the one that was calling a guy and his child, you know, the N-word, and got a ton of money for it, which is just crazy nonsense.
I think that's where the term black fatigue actually originated.
Yeah,
was that
so
case.
After that, I think a lot of people were just a lot more openly
racist
on Instagram.
Yeah.
We haven't really been on TikTok since that to know how that's changed, if it has changed on TikTok.
Right.
But Instagram definitely did, because before that incident, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't, you know. X is really bad though.
Oh, X.
Yeah,
If we talk about X, we don't know who manages X.
X.
Y'all.
There's a lot of black supremacy on there. There's a lot of the FBAs that come after us and stuff and tell us that we're anti-black, even though we've never said anything bad.
Called me a
black people.
bedwench. They made me a bedwench doll. So sweet.
Yeah, they make a lot of AI pictures of her, which she appreciates. So we get a lot of them on X, but we do get a lot of the white supremacists, white nationalists, Americans, not Europeans,
right?
That you know, are trying to say we shouldn't be having non-European immigrants and
And they follow us.
Yeah.
Some of these
Yeah, some of them
follow
follow
us.
us,
It's
which is crazy.
It's like, do they not know I'm from Africa?
Yeah. So X is definitely it is the most open platform to say what you want to say, which
Right.
is why we're on there, because we get banned so much, and that's the only platform we haven't gotten banned on. But people are ruthless on there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But seeing those comments is really, it's been an eye-opener.
But yeah, a vast majority of our haters are people who look like her.
Yep.
We are getting more, I'll probably say now roughly 5% to maybe 10 at the most of people who look like me. And it's all online, never in person.
No, they don't have the balls to do anything in person.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not in the United States that are worried about the racism in America, you most likely have to worry about those that
Look like me.
yeah.
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 Surprise.
Yeah, the ones who are warning you about the racism are going to be the ones
Be on
that
the lookout for those ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are warning you about racism are going to be the ones that hate you for not dating in your race.
Yes.
That's just how it's
and
gonna
not
be.
thinking
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Yes. And voting black.
Yeah.
And talking black. And they'll say you sound white. Sounding white is just, talking ghetto, ratchet, ebonics. So, and if you marry one of these, it's going to get worse for you. So just ignore them. Be colorblind. My babe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 I don't know why you wouldn't want to be,
Because then you're racist.
right?
Right.
You need to see people by their color and judge them based on that.
If you don't see
If you
them,
don't
then
wanna
you
be
don't
racist.
see who they are, babe.
Yeah.
As a person. How dare you ignore the fact that I'm black? I was like, what? Anyway.
Nice
Thank you
meeting
for
you.
coming
Yeah, thank you.
to my episode.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I hope you come again next time.
Okay.
If you guys stayed along this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Kenyan Hippie out.